Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and I managed to watch a Minecraft movie today, guys, and sorry it's a little late, I know, but anyway, I saw it today by myself in the cinema and I was waiting for this movie for 10 years. And I'm not gonna say it was like bad or anything, but I was a little bit disappointed, but as a Minecraft fan, it actually did kind of give me what I want, and I'll explain more of that as we go on to this review. But overall, I thought it was alright. So for my pre-rating score, I'm gonna say that a Minecraft movie is an okay movie, guys. Yes, it's an okay movie, and that's unfortunate because it's my most anticipated movie of the year, or should I say, it wasn't my most anticipated movie of the year. Now it's not because now that I've seen it, I can't really say that. Now number two is my most anticipated movie of the year, and that's The Fantastic Four First Steps. Because you know that this was number one, that was number two, so that replaces it. But anyway, I thought it was okay, which is unfortunate. So there's that. Now, going into the story without really spoiling too much, basically these characters enter the world of Minecraft, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. And stuff happens, and I won't really say who the villain is. I can't remember if they said who the villain was in the trailer, but the villain was not who I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's not like a twist or anything like that. It's just I was like, oh, okay, kind of a random villain, but it is what it is. So yeah, stuff happens in the Minecraft world. I mean, if you played Minecraft, you probably know what you're gonna expect. You know, there's gonna be mining and crafting and fighting enemies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's exactly that, but with real life human characters. So yeah. All right, now going into the positives. Right off the bat, the one thing that I wanted this movie to do, it did. Thank God it did. Anyway, the first positive is everything Minecraft related. Whether it's the world, whether it's, explaining how certain things work, even the music. Oh my God, the moment the movie started, I'm not going to spoil, but a certain theme plays, like a certain piece of music, and I was like, in my mind, okay, this is it. Like, I cannot believe this is actually happening. We're actually getting this movie, and it's starting off like this. Oh my God. I felt like, you know, I was like, okay, this is a good sign. And then the movie continues going on this, strange path, I would say. But at least the Minecraft stuff actually worked very well. And if you're willing to pass the weird designs and stuff of some of the creatures, I would say, not necessarily characters. I guess you could say they're like the animals and the monsters and I mean zombies and stuff, and of course the villagers too. Like if you're willing to pass all those things, then I think you'll be fine. Because I love how Jack Black actually explains everything to the characters in this movie. And he does it in a very simple way. It's not like too much overly complicated. Usually movies like this they can go for that, but no, it was not like as exposition-y as I thought it would be. And there's no like an exposition jump of like the whole world of Minecraft. Thank God for that. That would have feel like a little much. I feel like, but no, they did what they had to, and that's actually really really good. Now another thing I liked was the action. The action scenes actually were fun, entertaining. The third act actually had some fun moments. However, there were characters like suddenly they're so used to fighting. I'm like, really? Okay, sure, why not? But crafting is one thing, but fighting, I'm like, okay. And some of these guys are pretty damn young, so there's that. And finally, for positives, Jack Black and Jason Momoa, they easily carried the movie. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, whenever Jack Black reacted a certain way, something like that, when you see it, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Though. I mean, everyone's seen it already, so there's that. But anyway, it sounds exactly like Paul because he voices Paul in Kung Fu Panda, so yeah. And yeah, but basically they did a really good job because by that I mean not a really good job in terms of acting. It's fine, I guess, for the type of movie and all that, but I actually enjoyed them. They brought energy. That's what I'm trying to say. They did a good job in that department. They were having fun, lighthearted. You could tell they were just enjoying the ride. And Jack Black as Steve actually surprisingly worked. I'm not gonna lie. You know. Okay, now let's talk about the positives. What I did not like about this movie. First off, right off the bat, oh my God, this I'm sorry is something that can't be avoided in many movies now, but it's very apparent here. And the first major negative is the cliched character tropes. There are two in particular. It's like, okay, we've seen this, we've done this before. One actually really stands out, And the way they say it's like, oh, okay, oh boy, here we go, this again, yeah. But they could have done it in a more subtle way, but also like in a way that actually hits emotionally. But ah, well, at least the other trope actually was something kind of new, but also kind of familiar. But yeah, also there's one character in this movie that I'm like, is there anything with this character? I don't know why this character is really here. And speaking of which, let's also talk about another negative to do with characters, and that's the lack of character development. That character, another character, I don't want to say who it is, if it's a man or woman, so I'm not spoiling too much, but basically some of them didn't really grow and change. This is the type of movie that you want the characters to grow and change over time, and some do, but it's very little subtle ways, I would say, but not to a crazy extent. I mean, adventure movies are one thing, like, and I can forgive them for, like, not showing how the characters grow and change, but, you know, this is a movie that I feel like if they took a little more time with, they could have grown and changed. Like, some adventure movies I've seen, again, I have to bring this up because this is also kind of one of those movies. I know I'm sidetracking, I apologize, but I'll get straight to the point. Basically, like, if you watch like Indiana Jones, Jumanji, or Mummy, like, you can see them like going on this adventure, but they're slowly like adapting and changing and stuff. These guys feel like the exact same characters. Okay, they adapt, they change, and all that. They suddenly become more braver, but it feels like they're still the same character at times, I would say. So that's what I mean, guys. And I'm not trying to sound harsh and super analytical and critical, but after seeing a bunch of movies, it does start to become apparent. So yeah. And finally, for negatives, there was an unnecessary side plot. And if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Or should I say, if you watch a movie, you know what I'm talking about. But that's really it, guys. Also, that side plot, everyone's talked about. I don't want to say this, but thank God it's not that long, but it still does detract some of the runtime and pacing of this movie, I would say. Every time they come back to it, I was like, oh my God, why? Like, what is this? What is happening here? There is some singing as well, but it's not overbearing, and it's not like that scene in the Marvels. My God, I still remember that scene. Why, I have no idea. But anyway, a Minecraft movie was okay, guys. So as a final score, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, a 6. I mean, I expected more from a Minecraft movie. However, as a Minecraft movie, I actually enjoyed it for what it was. As a movie, it was okay. That's how I would describe this movie to anyone. It kind of reminds me of when I saw Justice League, and I was actually texting my friend on the train ride back, telling him how I felt about it because he had already seen it. And I was like, oh, it's like how I felt about watching the 2017 Justice League, theatrical version in the cinema. It felt like me being a kid again. And watching it on the big screen as well, I was like, wow, this did take me back, man. Like, I felt like a kid in a way, Like, the nostalgia was there, and I would say. But I mean, Minecraft is still my favorite video game of all time. I'll see if that actually changes at some point. But anyway, this movie still did its job decently, fairly well at times, I would say, in terms of actually feeling like a proper Minecraft movie. I just wish it was not real, like real humans and in character people. Like, I wish Steve looked like how he actually did, and they kind of made him a little more, lifelike, I would say. So there's that. But that's it. Those are my thoughts on the Minecraft movie, guys. Real quick before I go, I'm still going through Wano for One Piece. I hope to get a review out next week. This week, I'll probably drop my next special video. I already know what it is. I've said before, I already planned out what I'm going to do for the rest of the year. And then Warfare is coming out next week. Yeah, it's coming out next week, the 17th of April here in Australia. I would love to see it in the cinema. I've not seen a war movie in like 5 years, I think. The last one, I think, was The Outpost, because we haven't had that many like big war movies. There will probably be like small ones, unless there's been ones that I haven't really been into. But Warfare, I saw the trailer in the cinema and it looks great. And the fact that I shot real time, Alex Garland, solid cast, yeah. Plus some of the early reviews seem to be praising it, so there's that. But guys, that's it. Those are my thoughts on a Minecraft movie. Tell me, guys, in the comments down below what do you think about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.